casualties.
And this Syrian situation, it seems even trickier still, given that we hear that, some of the rebels, I mean, you hate to consider that a legitimate government would be gassing their own people, for goodness sake.
Sure. Well, my thoughts on Syria is I am still not convinced that we need to be too involved in Syria.
Right.
I know the president has recently made the decision because of the chemical weapons, and certainly that is, that is disturbing, I think, to anyone. But my concern is the rebel factions that are over there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be worse? And I know that some of the players in that part of the world would make Bashar Assad look like a good guy. And so that's what my concern. I actually, several years ago, about 4 years ago, I traveled to Damascus and actually sat down with Bashar Assad. And, certainly, he is not a good guy. He has, there's a lot of issues there. At the time that I went over there, we were talking about, we were still in the war with Iraq, and some of there was concerns about, the borders, of course, as they border Iraq, people that were allowing, some of the, rebels to come in through his borders into Iraq. But, it is one thing that I think is important to know is that we know Assad is a bad guy. We know what he is, but certainly he is not attacking the United States, and certainly he is not as evil as some of the people. I mean, again, I'm not defending the guy. He
I understand what you're saying.
Great issues, so I want to make that perfectly clear. But my concern is what comes after him and some of these rebel groups that we would be arming. And I don't know. I don't have the information. Hopefully the president has better information, and hopefully that he knows ways to get the rebels that are the good kind of rebels the equipment they need and keep the bad guys away from it. But again, I think you're playing with fire in that area, and I think you need to move very slowly. So I have not been critical of the president for moving slowly on this, as some Republicans have. Some Republicans said we should have been there a long time ago.
No, I would agree with you completely, Congressman. Not that my opinion means a hill of beans, but I'll tell you the only thing that potentially could be worse than the Syrian president and the regime right now is the possibility of an al-Qaeda-led regime taking over. I mean, and
Sure.
We need to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, I think a good example is, and I know my time has run out, but one good example is the situation in Egypt. And I was very critical of Mubarak and some of the things that he was doing. And especially discrimination among the Christians that are going on. But I think discrimination as opposed to persecution of the Christian communities now that we may see is even worse. So I think that should be a lesson to us.
Fabulous. Great stuff, Congressman. We'll talk to you again very soon.
Okay.
And I appreciate the time this morning.
Good to speak with you.
All right. Take care. That's Robert Aderholt of the 4th Congressional District joining us this morning.